Coming back to, I think, wanting to leave or making a mark on this world. How do you do that? First, I think you do that by being truly honest with your audience. You're not trying to hide things. It's like you don't have a filter in your head no more. So you just want to be yourself. A lot of people have told me to make my videos in Hindi. And the thing about me is, if I speak in Hindi, I'll speak in Hindi. If I speak in English, I'll just speak in English. So I don't like to mix languages. I don't like English. It does something to my head, I think. I studied linguistics. So there were things about bilingualism, and there was also subtractive bilingualism, which means if you're using some language, what starts to happen is your own language, let's say Hindi, I wouldn't be able to form sentences, or I'll forget a few words from Hindi, because the practice of English that is there in the head is so much that, you're thinking in English, your perspective changes. Language changes perspective. There's also an example about the same thing. In this island, I heard a TED talk. I was listening to this TED talk. I think if I find the link to that, I'll put it in the description. There's a TED talk about this lady. She was talking about this island somewhere, and then there was a tribe. It was fascinating how they looked at time. It wasn't like 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock. They used to tell time by directions. Now for us, if you say to me, it's northeast or whatever the thing that they use, it'll take me a lot of time in order to understand or calibrate my mind according to that perspective of time. For them, it's like that. Just like we say it's 7:09, it's 7 a.m. or something like that. The point is, the language changes perspective. And so has English changed my perspective about the world. How I perceive the world has changed. The way I dress. Psychological colonization was, again, one of this is where we are going forward to psychological colonization. I'm dressing the same way, kind of, I don't know. Black leather boots and dark brown pants. And these are high-waisted pants, by the way. High-waisted. And sweater, undertuck, always. To what extent has this generation, been able to observe that? I'm not sure about that. Like, how do you, pinpoint out that he's psychologically colonized? Because this is not talked about. There's not a topic that is much talked about. We know, I know that India, my generation, is living in a pretense of, it's more like a copy of the Western influence. But that's one of the worst thing that can happen to India. If we don't pay attention to it, it's going to affect us a lot in the coming future. If we don't realize the importance of our own culture, the way we used to dress, nobody dresses. I mean, I'm being a hypocrite talking about something that I don't, follow, but I don't want to be a fool. And I stand by it. I am an average Indian. So I relate to Kanye. The stream of consciousness that you get, you can dictate it, you can articulate it in your mind. But the reason why it becomes so, the sentences become more beautiful, more profound, is because the stream of consciousness is uncontrollable. So that's what happens on Twitter, on X, formerly known as Twitter. On X, if you see his posts, all the controversies Ye has been around, this ultimate stream of consciousness that he tries to deliver, it gets also tangled with the outside reality of the work. So anything that he says controversial is a part of that stream of consciousness that he uses for work, for his visions, because that's how his mind operates. There are unlimited things inside the head, and then you're like, which one should I talk about? Or which one should I And then it becomes unreal if it's scripted. If I just know, okay, this is what I'm going to talk about, then it becomes completely boring, monotonous, and it becomes so not creative that you don't want to, you just want to walk away. Nothing. I just want it to be real and authentic, and I don't want it. I want it to be more like a conversation that I'm having with you, because I don't have a lot of people to talk to. Okay, I don't have a lot of people to talk to, so I come out here, I talk to the camera, and it feels good. I feel like this is a great way to share your experience with the world and be heard. And if you feel heard, things change. You feel good. You start to discipline your life. You start to, feel like you're a part of this world. And that's important. I'll see you in the next video. I'll come up with something more creative than just a talking head video. But for now, I think we'll have to do with this. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. I really need that. Yeah, I've got a lot. I have stories to tell.